to the AIMExpo.
Yeah.
Welcome to Las Vegas, 2025. Yeah. Let's go inside and see what's going on.
Alright guys, hey, what's up? It's your bud Steve Sleepy. Welcome back to the channel. Today we find ourselves at the AIMExpo here in Las Vegas. This is the expo for people in the industry to see what the other people in the industry are bringing to market. So what you're going to see is a lot of different vendors from around the world. You'll see some guys from Pakistan, from China. Usually Pakistan guys bring a lot of leather and coats. So where you wonder where all those interesting brands come from, these are the guys that are making them. People here pick up the brands, they relabel them, and then they sell them to you. You also have some of the bigger manufacturers here. I think Suzuki's here, Yamaha, and a few others, but they usually only bring the brand new stuff. They're not bringing the stuff that, you know, has already been out. So, all right, let's go on down to the floor and check it out. First thing we saw walking in after the steps was Suzuki. They're right here in the front. Seems like they brought a few bikes, not their full lineup, and really no super bikes. So let's go check out what they have. Once again, parallel twins are becoming the thing. Suzuki has brought in a slew of parallel twins, just like every other manufacturer. But what's cool is all these bikes, the GSX 8Ss and stuff, they're all under 10 grand. So there seem to be a pretty affordable naked bike option that can provide you some decent fun. And we got some bold new graphics for the SuperMoto BRZ 400. Woo! All right, the dinosaur is not dead once again. The Hayabusa is back 2025. Still no TFT. You still have dials, but I think that's kind of appropriate for this bike. So if you're in the market to go 200 miles an hour and you want to do it comfortably, the Hayabusa. Always got to get the race bikes. So the thing I'm noticing this year, and has been for a few other years too, is the smaller brands that you see at all those pop-up shops with the pit bikes are bringing in quite a bit bigger bikes. A lot of 200cc, 250cc bikes, and the quality of these bikes have improved over the years. So like the Kayos, I remember when they first came out, the frames were rusty and crappy, etc. But if you looked at the bikes they brought out last year, which I've seen some of the pit bikes, they seem like they're halfway decent bikes. So now if they're bringing affordable 200cc bikes to the market, you can't get mad about that. Thumpstar's not joking around, guys. This has Olin suspension, Brembo brakes, and what kind of motor is it? You should be able to tell. That's a 500cc two-stroke, boys.
Yeah, hey, this is the Thumpstar 500. This is the first one in the world. We've just finished it. It's been about 5 years developing, getting the plastics, everything done. The engine we've had about testing for about a year and a half now. And it's a BRC 500. That's from Canada. We've added a few extra parts to get it up and running because they don't supply everything. So, but yeah, if you want to find out anything more about that engine, you can just look up like BRC on YouTube. It's actually based off a stealth bomber aircraft. It's tried to make it as aggressive looking as possible. Okay. So if you like aggressive looking bikes, this is the one. Pretty much all the best parts we can find we chucked on this one, but once we get them into production, we hope to get the price way down, make them affordable for people. All right, behind me, if you're looking for Italian pipes or Italian parts, that's where you go. They won't talk to me, I don't have enough money. There it is. All right, behind me is Yamaha, one of the big manufacturers that actually showed up and brought bikes. A lot of these other guys just brought one or two. Yamaha brought all the stuff we wanted to see. They got the R1M, they got the R1, the R9, the R7, they got the Super Tenere 700 with a new colorway. Let's go check it out.
As you guys know, I own an Aprilia. I love my Aprilia, and Aprilia brought out the gun, so I guess there is another manufacturer that brought some super bikes. So let's go check out the new Aprilias. So this bike right here is something that I would have definitely wanted to buy if I was a baller. I have a thing at home I'm going to show you guys I purchased last week that's taken my riding to a different level. But in all reality, I kind of wanted that, but I couldn't afford it. This full race version of the RS660 is the coolest thing at this show, I think. And if I had the means, this would be in my garage. Ooh, is it sexy? Alright, it's kind of nice to see KTM here at the show. Still not 100% sure what's going on with KTM. But here they are. They brought some bikes. We love us some Moto America. Obviously, as I always wear their shirts. Tony Elis' Suzuki. Oh. So I find this interesting for all you vintage guys out there that are having a hard time finding carburetors. This company is rebuilding a lot of carburetors in multiple different sizes, and not just the pit bike size. Like there's some like Vulcan 750 and 1100 kind of carburetors here. All right, well, if you follow the channel or listen to the podcast for a while, you know that we're big fans of SSRs. We have beat the hell out of our SSR pit bikes. They've lasted forever. John, me, when I was heavier, when John was bigger, everybody beat the shit out of the bikes. And they continue to work. So they brought a bunch of new stuff today. Let's check it out. Yeah, 250cc little pit bike. Or dirt bike, I guess, at this point. Okay, this motorcycle is like 1,000 cc's and it's like 30 feet long, probably weighs 800 pounds, and it's kind of more like a scooter. It has no foot controls whatsoever, just hand brakes and a throttle. And it even has a park reverse neutral shifter like a car. This is a very large motorcycle. I can't explain to you how big this is. Budget-friendly adventure bikes. If you're looking for an adventure bike, the Benellis have proved to be pretty reliable. I own the TNT 135. I've got 3,500 miles on it. I've done regular maintenance, but I've had zero issues with it. The quality is far surpassed what I've seen of Groms and other things like that. So this is their bigger adventure bike. We checked out the 502 at Phil's shop before, and it was a pretty decent bike for the price, but it did feel like it needed a few more cc's when you were on the highway, so I think they resolved this with the 702. Obviously this one comes fully kitted out with all the panniers and bags that you'd ever want, so you can break your legs off-road properly. And I don't know about you, but a black adventure bike makes no sense to me because dirt and black don't get along. So if you're looking for an affordable adventure bike, this might be an option for you. Woo. All right, behind me is the Kiwi Benelli booth. We B-rolled the hell out of it yesterday. They have some really cool new products coming in the V-Twin. They're bringing in a whole new line. So Phil carries Benelli, and so he's looking over to see it. The problem is the names. I'll show you the names on the things. They decided to name them like the Chinchilla and the something Bob, and I guess it's funny, but would you ride a 500cc wannabe Harley named the Chinchilla?
Ron Toller with Kiwi America. We're going to be the U.S. distributor for the Benda brand. What you're seeing here is going to be our Napoleon Bob 500, Chinchilla 500, and Chinchilla 300. They're all V-twin liquid-cooled platforms, ABS and traction control. across the line. Also belt final drive, which again is a unique feature for this class of machine. They also are slipper clutch assisted as well. So you can mash down the gears, let the clutch go, and they're going to let loose instead of locking your tire for you.
How do they come in? You don't have to get specific with prices, but how do they come in on like the market? Are they very average?
Very, very competitive, anywhere from $48.99 to $63.99 for MSRP.
Maybe Phil can convince them to change the name, but they're here. They're presenting some cool stuff. Okay, Moto Morini is a name that some of you may not be familiar with, but we've been hearing about it for a couple of years, and they came hard too. They have about 7 bikes. Let's check these guys out.
Welcome to Moto Morini Motorcycles, Italia del 1937, the legacy Italian brand known for quality, performance, innovation, and that great Italian style. We're standing in front of our new Casaro GT. It's a great liquid-cooled 749cc overhead dual cam, 90mm V-twin, counter-rotating crank for balance. It's got all the great components on it, from the hydraulic clutches to the Brembo radial master cylinders. We've got great big disc brakes on it, 4 different ride modes, and adjustable suspension, lean angle correction, blind spot monitoring. Unbelievable motorcycle, all beautifully designed in Milano, Italy. Behind me is our 350 Rumble, our kind of sport bobber. It meets that great sweet spot in the market of that lower displacement bike with some great American styling to it that is sure to be a winner on dealership floors everywhere. So of course our one of our best-selling adventure bikes, our Escape model, has got some exciting new features as well. We've upgraded our 650 to a 700. We've got some great new electronic components on that as well, and of course our Escape 1200 with too many great highlights to list, but this great proprietary new engine with a lot of the great electronic controls that you would expect, with connectivity with maps and Bluetooth and phone and everything, as well as all the great high-end components from Brembo to Pirelli tires, and a great high-performance engine. So for a larger displacement bike, this is going to be the bike you want to ride. So that's what we want to do, is be able to have high-quality motorcycles that riders can be confident riding. We offer the best warranty in motorcycling, 3 years, unlimited miles. So we're all coming in at very achievable price points for an incredible motorcycle, and that's Moto Morini.
If you need all the storage space and 200 cc's to accomplish your goals, I'm sorry, 300 cc's. Louder boxes. All right, the closest I've ever come to owning an MV Agusta was I had a Husqvarna that was titled as an MV Agusta. So technically, I've owned one of these guys. It was just a dirt bike in yellow. So I think some of these companies need to spend a few more bucks just looking at names, because that doesn't work. That does not work. Sorry, guys. So this is some kind of power cruiser with a 9000 series rear tire. I mean, I don't know who wants this. 2000 called, they want their rear tire back. Okay, so that whole row behind me, this whole thing back there, are all the Chinese distributors of all kinds of parts and stuff. There's a whole row. All right, so this whole aisle, when you wonder where all those weird brands come in, the leathers that you find on the wholesale places and things like that, these are all the guys that make them, and they bring them in from Pakistan. So if you're a company that wants to start a new leather jacket company, Cool Guy Leathers, these are the guys you talk to. All right, behind me is Honda, which is kind of depressing because Honda always used to bring big piles of stuff out. So must not have a lot of new stuff for 2025, so they just brought the Goldwing and a few other things. But again, I was hoping more from Honda because we love Honda. At an event where a lot of companies did not show out, Royal Enfield brought a lot of bikes. A lot of interesting stuff too, some like history to view that they've been around for a long time, and a lot of their new offerings, including the Bear, which we've been pretty excited to see. So let's go check out what Royal Enfield brought. All behind me, if you're a smaller manufacturer and you want to sell your wares to bigger distributors and motorcycle shops and stuff, they have this whole section set up down here. You can find gloves manufactured in the United States, gloves that are imported and manufactured other places, helmets, new helmets, cheaper helmets, different style of stuff. There's so much to find and so much to do, it's kind of crazy. But a lot of it also is driven by like a lot of the Chinese suppliers. So for everything that you have to really sort through, because there's some high quality stuff and there's definitely a lot of other stuff. So yeah, let's take a walk around. Day one at the AIMExpo. This year it was a little smaller than I'm used to seeing it. Still some really cool stuff to see. Plus, we're also here to go to the one show this weekend, which is going to be kind of interesting as well. Overall, lots and lots and lots of Chinese manufacturers are back this year. Some interesting bikes, some really not interesting bikes. I think my favorite one so far from the whole show has been Moto Morini. So we're going to get to test all the Moto Morinis when he brings them in. So, all right, that was the AIM show.